Welcome back to another episode of the Fresh Record Podcast. I am your co-host, Wiley Todd, and with the other host of the Fresh Record, Benny Cumella. How you doing, Benny?
Considering that we just spent an hour and a half recording a podcast that didn't actually get recorded, doing fantastic. It's a great day, you know? I'm just so happy to be alive. Blood is coursing through my veins. The sun's out and it's shining, and I'm here with my best friend. It's a great time. It's really like I'm just so blessed to be on this earth right now.
Love the energy you're bringing. And with that energy, we have a couple announcements to make. The Fresh Record, if you're watching this, is on a new channel, the Fresh Record channel. And if all is well, it will also be on Spotify, Apple, everything, where you can listen to it on the go if you want without our faces on it, which is probably more tolerable. And we also have a new layout, as you can see right here. We have very nice little white borders right there with the orange and the logo where Benny is. Benny, point up real quick. Yeah, the other way, other thing. There we go. Yeah, the Fresh Record logo right there. But yeah, so with us being back and a new episode, new channel and everything, I think we thought we needed to come back on this new channel with a big episode. And man, did we pick a big topic to cover this week. And that is the 2024 Grammy Awards, Benny.
Yes, sir. As we call it in the music industry, music's biggest night, which is debatable, but it's a pretty big night. It's a pretty prestigious award ceremony. This has been going on for God knows how many years. I don't even know. It's like the 78th Grammys.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, something like that. I don't know. Something like that. It's in the 70s.
There's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of them.
There's been a lot of them. And some of the modern music industry's greatest musicians have won these awards. And it's, if you're a musician, winning a Grammy is typically like one of like your biggest life goals. It's a bucket list thing to do. So many amazing artists never even get considered for them. So it's a really special night, and I'm happy to be talking about it.
It's so nights. Sorry, a little bit of High School Musical 3 in there.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna be a little real with you guys. The Grammys get a lot of shit from a lot of people, and I understand where it comes from. I'm not necessarily a person that likes to shit on things, unless it's my mom. Just kidding. But
shout out Benny's mom.
When I was younger, I used to go around my house saying like I took a shit on my mom. Like I don't know why. I would just do it all the time. It's really that's out of pocket. Look where I am now. Let's not put that in. But anyways, so I'll be very real with you guys. The Grammys do get a lot of shit from a lot of people, and I understand why. Just choosing one artist or song or producer or anything over another kind of like negates the importance of art and self-expression. No one thing is better than the other. Art is subjective, right? And we all have our own opinions, and everything's relative, So let's start this by saying just because we're choosing someone, it doesn't mean it's the best. We're going off the categories and what requires us to vote them on.
And to piggyback off that, we have our own criteria what we're picking on. We're not picking what we think will win, because that's a whole different discussion, and we will comment on that throughout the episode. But it's mainly who we want to win is what we're doing our choices by. So we have a ballot that we both filled out with 21, I think, categories as it is. And there's a total of 63 categories. We're not going over all of them. We're going by these and a couple that I want to mention at the end. I'll do it as the precursor to the last award. Just kind of go through those a little bit. So that's how we're
Mhm.
going to do it. But before we get into our picks and everything, Benny's going to tell us a little bit about how the Grammys work and how certain categories are nominated and chosen.
Yeah. So, well, for starters, we are only going over, I don't know how many are on here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. We're going over 21 categories. These are the categories that typically get aired, historically. So we're going to go over the ones that we're going to see on TV. There are 90 something categories, 93, I think. Don't count me to that, but it's around that.
Fact check them, everybody.
So fact check me. Let me know in the comments. Um, but oh my God, what's that? How that happened? Um, but anyways, so yeah, we're doing the top 21 categories that typically get aired. And people typically, like I said, shit on the Grammys. You know, a lot of people hate on them, and a lot of people that don't know how it works think there's like some kind of like a cult group of like 12 people that sit at a desk and handpick who wins.
Richard,
That is,
John,
yeah,
Carter.
yeah, exactly. Like the ghost of Duke Ellington and John Lennon come together and like handpick who wins. Like, no. So,
It's the goblet of fire.
anyways,
Whatever just like gets out of the goblet of fire. That's who they put on the
yeah,
ballot.
exactly, exactly. But that's not how it works. So the Grammys, there's something called the Recording Academy, and the Recording Academy is filled with thousands and thousands of industry professionals, whether they're recording artists, whether they're business people, producers, the list goes on. If you're in the music industry and you're someone, you can apply to be in the Recording Academy. I know many people that are in the Recording Academy. I know people from school that are in the Recording Academy. I have friends that work in the industry. Like it's really just an all-encompassing community of the most influential figures in music. Um, Me and Wiley and I, as Berkeley students and soon to be graduates, you know, our futures do lie in the music industry, and I'm confident that one day we will both be a part of the Recording Academy. Um, but with that being said, so people that are in the industry vote on who wins. It's a whole thing. It's a whole process. And before we get to the point of who voting for the actual nominees, you're probably wondering how these nominees get on the ballots, right? So there's a whole preliminary process where things get Grammy consideration, um, and basically people in the Recording Academy need to vote. And there'll be a whole list of things that they can vote on, and then based off those considered nominations, they get put on the ballot. So you have a preliminary round, and then the actual nominees that you vote for again. And I believe there's suggestions you could put in. You can like submit an application to be considered for a Grammy. I'm not entirely sure.
Steve
But there's certain,
Wozniak for Twinkle Little Star, for example.
yeah. Um, there's a whole process to it. There's no occult that's like handpicking who wins. This is just a consensus of the music industry putting our minds together and choosing winners for each individual category. So there is merit to it. I think it's done very fairly. Again, you never know what happens behind closed doors. It could be rigged, but I don't think it is. It really defeats the purpose and the integrity of music and the music industry.
We
But
have
all
seen
that
it
being
before,
said,
though. In other award shows, we have seen that done before. So
is it proven? Is that
yeah,
actually
like
proven?
Golden Globes is stupid and rigged and stuff like that. Like for example, for me, like top tier award show is Oscars. Bottom line, that's the biggest one to me. Grammys have also like fell short. But I'll let Benny continue because I do have a thought before we get into the categories. So.
Okay. So, with all this being said, you might not be familiar with the terminology. So when you see something like Record of the Year or Song of the Year, and you see the same song on both, and you're like, what's the difference? Like, why is this song on both ballots? And I mean, like, why are there two? Like, a record and the song are the same thing. They're not. You might not be too familiar with music business. We are two music business majors here to educate you guys. When it comes to a song or a song that you're listening to, really, there are two sides to it. you got the actual mechanical recording, the master recording, not the mechanical recording, the master recording, and then you
The
have the
composition.
actual the composition, the underlying composition, the written song. Um, and when you look at record of the year, an award like that is granted based on the production value, the engineers, the producers that put the work into making the master recording of that song. Whereas song of the year is focusing on the songwriters and the actual underlying composition that was put into it. So, you can look at a song for its production value and then also look at it at its written composition and like how it was written into a song to begin with. And they can be drastically different things. You can have one song that's the composition and the production are two very, very different things. So with all that being said, I said that before as well, but with all of this in mind, uh, uh, so there are certain terminologies to take into consideration. For example, performance. If you look at best R&B performance and best R&B song, again, the song half is based on the composition. The performance is going to be based on either the vocal or the instrumental performance within the track. So, if the song is a song that's sung by an artist, a singer, that's what you're going to base the award off of. If it's an instrumentalist playing, you'll base it based off that, um, and so forth. So it's very straightforward once you know this. So keep in mind that when we're voting for the song, we're voting for the composition, right? When we're voting for the record, we're voting for the master recording, the production value of the song. Um, and the performances are based on either the vocals or the instrumentals within the song, right? And I think that covers just about everything that I need to go over before we get into this. Yeah, it does. So, with all this being said, once again, um, shall we get into it?
Yes, I do.
Let's
What
go.
have
Let's
one
go
question for
nosedive
you.
deep. What's up?
I do have a question for you. I was listening to a
Yeah.
podcast about the Grammys and how they're perceived and everything, and they made a statement that they think that the things that win should be the most popular things, because in the past we have seen these artists come out of nowhere with like big, massive albums just get underlooked just based off of a name. Like, for example, Adele won for her second album. That was a massive hit, but Adele got on there and saying, "Hey, this is not for me. This is for Beyonce. Beyonce made an incredible album. She should be the one up here." So my question to you is, do you agree with that statement? Do you feel like that artists that are popular and songs that are very well known should get the recognition of winning, instead of something really unknown that not many people know?
Um. mm, no, I mean, in like the Adele and Beyonce situation, they were both like top of the game at that point in time. Um, both incredible albums. Personally, I think Adele deserved the award. Beyonce also. It was. They're both just different. It's so. I don't think it should be based on popularity. If we're going based off charts and whatnot, um, there's other recognitions for that. You can go platinum, diamond, even gold, whatever. So that's an entirely different thing. This is not what that is. This isn't based on charts because popular popular music isn't necessarily the greatest music. We're here to award the songwriters, the vocalists. Like there's a reason why industry professionals are coming in and voting. This is a masterclass of the industry's most knowledgeable and frankly opinionated people to come in and to say like I think this deserves the award. I think this is the best of the year. So it's really like the Grammy Awards isn't for the general public. It's not. It's for the music industry. This is a night for the music industry to come
Well,
together and vote, not. So but I do understand that logic, but that's not what this is.
here's my thoughts though. Like,
Hmm.
Stevie Wonder won 3 years in a row. Well deserved. Perfect. Those songs are iconic. People know it. Then you have
Hmm.
like someone like Natalie Cole, Nat King Cole's daughter, win Album of the Year of just doing
Hmm.
cover songs of her father's music. And then I
Okay.
think that same year, Kanye was freaking nominated for College Dropout or Beyonce. I forgot who was nominated that year, but those albums are more iconic. Who's listening to the Natalie Cole album nowadays? No one. Do you know that album?
To be honest, no, I'm not familiar with it.
See, like that's my point. Like, why should something like that win when no, not for, but all these other albums are iconic. People know it. They're part of the music world, a big part of music history, and they're like shut out for a thing that no one knows about or looks back on. Um,
Well, I think just because we're not familiar with it, doesn't like the people that vote come together and vote based off what they think deserves the award, and that was a consensus that year. So I think it's just very straightforward, personally. Um,
but well, here's
and
actually a fact
I
though.
can't.
Here's a
Mhm.
fact about it. So after this happened, after it won, the Grammys made a committee to know what they can nominate that are not like reissues of things or older songs being remade was nominated. They made a committee. The committee just ended in 2021, but when that won, people were such enraged with that choice to win, they made a committee for the Grammys to look at what's nominated. This
Oh wow,
actually happened. So it's not like a
wow.
little issue to push to the side. It was like a big thing that they had a committee made after that year and lasted till 2021. So, but yeah, we'll get into the show. I just thought that was interesting to mention because
Yeah, it's super interesting.
I kind of agree with that. The most popular things should be looked at as grant like the big Grammy winners because in this podcast they would play little clips of songs and everything that won most years of the Grammys. Like, oh, I love that song. I know it. And then there was be like one that no one knows about or forgettable, and it's just like, okay, why did that win? And then they would mention what else was nominated that year. You're like, oh, this shouldn't have won. So like, I guess that's all opinionated of what you should think wins every year, but I think the Grammys are a historic thing that needs to be represented as a time capsule of every year in music. And some do it well and some don't do it well. Will this year be a way that is good for the music industry or one that we look back on and not super fondly? We'll find out. So, starting off with our first category of the night, Best New Artist. Our nominees are Gracie Abrams, Fred Again, Ice Spice, Jelly Roll, Coco Jones, Noah Kahn, Victoria Monette, and The War and Treaty. Benny, who did you pick?
Uh, to be frank, Noah Khan, but the War and Treaty were a close second. I actually picked them first, then switched my mind afterwards. I absolutely love the War and Treaty. Um, they're incredible. If you don't know their music, go give it a shot. Um, Are You Ready to Love Me specifically? Gosh, it's so good. It like really channels like 60s and 70s R&B. Uh, but they're great. So, but Noah Khan, gosh, Thick Season fucking slaps. And it's just loved by so many people. I really think he deserves the award. And yeah, I think of all the people on the list, he definitely deserves it. Yeah.
I will say I do like Gracie Abrams quite a bit. She's kind of a newcomer, hence the new name, the new artist name. But she's had some music before her most recent EP that I really did enjoy. Um, Coco Jones had a really good R&B track this year, so I'm serious what she's gonna do in the future. But yeah, Noah Kahan's my choice. When Stick Seasons came out, it got super hyped. I didn't listen to it yet, and I kind of like to be in the know what people are talking about music, so I gave it a listen. Fell in love with it. My favorite track off the album is Orange Juice. I just love that song and the energy it brings. And Noah Kahan is just such a unique sound that brought back a dying genre that we kind of talked about, the folk genre, and brought back the Noah Kahan sound, if you will. And people have been wanting more of that type of music. And then people going crazy for concert tickets with him. And he's just kind of become a great artist to look out to and see what he's going to do next and everything. And I think, yeah, this should go to him. But if I had to pick who will probably win, to me, I think it's Ice Spice because of how big the name is
Yeah,
now.
same.
Yeah. So,
um, and to be well, I think she's gonna win. Like there's just like a gut feeling that Ice Spice is gonna win. But we need to keep in mind that industry professionals are voting on this, and I think a lot of people see Ice Spice not as an artist, but more so a personality, like a public figure, so to say. But um, yeah, start playing Deli for like 10 seconds, please. Or Munch. Play Munch. Actually, don't play Munch. Don't play Munch. It's not. That's like bad. That's bad. Don't play Munch. Play Deli real quick.
She shake it like jelly. 100 bands of Chanel, but I'm still shaking ass in a deli.
Okay. Okay. Just gotta give Ice Spice some time. Okay. On to the next. We're moving on to Best Musica Urbana Album. Musica Urbana Album. So we got Saturno by Raul Alejandro, Mañana Será Bonito by Carol G, and Data by Taney. And I'll start it off, I guess. And for me, this was a no-brainer. I think Carol G is going to take it. I want her to take it. Of the three albums, it was the only one that I actually genuinely enjoyed. And of the three artists here, I think she's probably the most successful of the bunch, too. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. So, Wiley, what do you think?
I think all three albums have a different, distinct sound to them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what you pick your litter. Well, like pick the one of the litter that you like. And I agree, Carol G was my pick as well. I think it was the most modern sounding record, and just really felt unique and to exactly who Carol G is, but also adding up and spicing up things. So I really did enjoy what she did here. So that would be my choice.
Let's move on to the next, and I'll give it a go. So we got Best Latin Pop Album. And on the list, we got La Cuarta Joya by Pablo Oboron, Beautiful Humans Volume 1 by Ale Moore, A Ciegas by Paula Arenas, La Neta by Pedro Capo, Don Juan by Maluma, and X Me Volume 1 by Gabby Moreno. Wiley, tell me. Lay it on me.
Paula has taped it for me. I love Spanish music. I don't know what they're saying half of the time, to be fair, but I love that genre of music. One of my goals as a music supervisor is to make a full soundtrack of Spanish music. That's like literally in my tier list of things I want to get done as a music supervisor because I love it so much. So with that being said, listening to all these, they're, again, very distinct, different sounds within the Latin pop genre, but Paula's album just hit the right spots for me, where it felt old school Spanish music, and also felt kind of French a little bit of French pop in there as well, which I love that type of music as well. And it just has an old school style with the old school production, and it just hit me in the right spots. And it was just like, when I played on, it's kind of like a good soul song where you're just feeling, you're like, oh, that's kind of how I feel when listening to this album. I don't know if it will win, but I definitely would like to see it win. I honestly have no idea who would take it overall. So
I picked Don Juan by Maluma. Maluma's absolutely killing it. I do like your choice though, but yeah, definitely Don Juan. Giving it to Don Juan. But we've got a lot more to cover, so
okay.
On to the next.
Going to one of my favorite categories of the night. And this is my genre. Best Rock Song. And your nominees are Angry by the Rolling Stones, Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl, Olivia Rodrigo, Emotion Sickness, Queen of the Stone Age, Not Strong Enough by Boy Genius, and Rescue by Foo Fighters. Because this is my favorite genre, Benny, I'm going to be selfish and start off here. Okay.
Please do.
Kind of give a breakdown of what I think about this category. Okay. I love the Foo Fighters, but they had a better album that was last year. Angry by the Rolling Stones is just a simple Rolling Stones song, does nothing new, and it sounds like it was released back then. Nominated just for the name, in my opinion. And then we got Queens of the Stone Age, which I think are doing some interesting stuff, but I just didn't really care for the track. And then your two really competitors here are Olivia Rodrigo, which this is my favorite pop punk track from Guts that I love so much. I just love this song. When I heard this, I'm like, oh shit, Olivia. Okay. Good job. Good job. But if you know me at all, and if you watch this podcast at all, there is no discussion that needs to be had. It's Boy Genius with my girl Phoebe, Lucy Dacus, and I'm blanking on the other person. I'm so sorry. But I love Boy Genius. I love Phoebe. I think this song does everything a rock song needs to do. The best rock songs are the ones that are emotional and hit you to your core, but also you can just like, hell yeah, you know? And that's what this song does. Also, I think it's very special in the sense of it got popular for one little second of Phoebe singing from the very beginning of the song, got popular, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to get tired of it. It's been cotting on. But when I go back and listen to it, it doesn't bug me at all. I can still listen to the song and it still holds up. So like hands down, it's Boy Genius. And I will say, usually in these award circuits, when something is nominated for one of the biggest awards and they're like, I don't think it's going to get there, so we're going to reward it here. I feel like this would be a good one for Boy Genius to win if they don't get Record of the Year or whatever. I definitely think they have a strong shot to win Record of the Year, but we'll get to that earlier. But I think Boy Genius is going to take it.
I think you'd be pleased to know that I also picked Boy Genius.
Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah. So, Not Strong Enough is by far the best song on this. It just takes you on a journey.
Take me
for the
away.
production, the songwriting. No, seriously, it's an incredible track from start to finish, and I really like what they're doing.
Yeah, it's very interesting what they're doing. So
yeah, a close second though for me, just like an honorable mention, is definitely Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. I also really like Angry. I have to disagree with you a little slightly there. I think it's deserving to be on the ballot. I'm a Stones fan though, so. But let's move on to the next. We got a lot to cover. We've got a lot to cover. Okay, so moving on. We got Best R&B Performance. So Summer Too Hot by Chris Brown. Back to Love by Robert Glasper, featuring Sir and Alex Isley. ICU by Coco Jones. How Does It Make You Feel by Victoria Monet. And Kill Bill by SZA. I'll start it off since you started off last time around. Going through these songs, R&B is like my favorite genre. So I think my opinion might weigh a little heavy here. So not even gonna consider Chris Brown. He beats Woman. We don't need someone like that. We don't need someone like that. Just like not even.
Facts.
Get out of here, Chris. But to me, we're going based on performance here. Keep in mind, not the song, not the production, the performance. So whether it's a vocal or an instrumental, in this case, it's all vocal. So we're going off the vocal performance of the song. And of everything here, How Does It Make You Feel by Victoria Monet is the most dynamic vocal. And factually, it's the most dynamic vocal. I mean, she's all over the place. It's so crisp, so tight, and I wouldn't be surprised if she won. It's definitely a phenomenal vocal performance, and I'm basing this off the performance, hence the award. So yeah, Wiley, what do you think?
I think the person I'm picking is definitely going to be one of the biggest winners on the night, in my opinion, and that is SZA with Kill Bill. Kill Bill has blown up. It's been just a phenomenal song that I've heard so many musicians saying, like, that song is not my genre, but that really kicks ass, that song. And I completely agree. And I think what SZA does with her vocals in this, and it's like when she sings I Just Killed My Ex, that just goes on to that nice falsetto, and I just love what she's doing with the track. And I feel like she has a very, very good voice, and I think this is the track that she really gets to show things off. And with a great album, and you get to do that on a track, it really stands out. So I have to give it to Kill Bill. And I do want to say I See You by Coco Jones is really good, but I would check out the one she did remix with Justin Timberlake. I think that's the better version of the song. I really like that
Yeah,
track.
agreed.
So moving on to Best R&B Song. Your nominees are Angel by Haley, Bat to Love, Robert Glasper featuring Sir and Alec Isley, I See You by Coco Jones, On My Mama, Victoria Monette, and Snooze by SZA. Benny, who you got?
Who I got? So again, this is the song, so we're going off the songwriting, the composition, not the production, not the vocal performance. And to me, the best song here was Snooze by SZA by far. I am a fan of Victoria Monet, I'll say that. But in this case, I think SZA is very deserving of the award. No.
I agree. I think SZA's going to take this as well. The one of many awards
Nice.
she'll win tonight. I think Snooze is a fantastic track. Not better than Kill Bill, but I think this is a very good R&B track.
Agree. Yeah. Kill Bill is a fucking banger, dude. But anyways, we're gonna move on to best music video, and this is a huge category. So we have "I'm Only Sleeping" by the Beatles, "In Your Love" by Tyler Childers, "What Was I Made For" by Billie Eilish, "Count Me Out" by Kendrick Lamar, and "Rush" by Troye Sivan. I guess I'll start us off here. So for me, it was really, really tight between two specific videos. One being "I'm Only Sleeping" by the Beatles. It's basically a bunch of frames of various oil paintings, and they did like a stop motion type approach and made one cohesive reel out of it. And it's amazing. It's so well done. The artistic value is just so high. But the reason why I didn't choose it is because not that it was done in poor taste, but John and George are not on this earth anymore, and I don't think neither Paul nor Ringo had anything to do with this video. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I have a feeling it's more of like the estate, their team that put this together. But it is a statement of their time, how timeless they are. The Beatles have transcended decades. We're all still listening to them to this day. So it's worth noting that they are absolutely incredible and still a major player in the music business, the music industry today. That's amazing, right? But to me, "Count Me Out" by Kendrick Lamar is the clear winner here. Me and Wiley had a conversation about this not too long ago. So I'd actually like to let Wiley take control here and speak on the music video because I think he'd do a much better job than I would.
I'm a movie fan first and foremost, and media and music go together like peanut butter and jelly. I love it so much. So, like, basically, to kind of give the rundown, I definitely feel like Rush by Troye Sivan is a very good music video, but it really works well in the choreography more so than the video itself. Kind of just like a party little video. So it's not bad, but it's just like nothing special besides the choreography. Then you have Child Childers song "In Your Love," which is a very well shot. There's some really nice, beautiful shots in that music video, but it's something we've seen before. We've seen this story told so many times, and the music doesn't really help it or elevate it in any way. So I don't think that should win. The Beatles, like you were saying, is a good music video and exceptional with the art, but it feels like a hired gun. It feels like someone that you're like, hey, I had an idea for a music video. Will you let me do it? And that's what this felt like. And then the two competitors for me is "What Was I Made For" and "Count Me In." "What Was I Made For" was just a beautiful music video that enhanced the song and really showed like the meaning of Barbie in a side project music video of Billie Eilish just kind of playing like a little girl with like a doll and stuff like that. Then everything kind of just getting rocky and hard, but still trudging through, which I think is what a lot of women have to do, and I think it's just beautiful and how it enhanced the song, and it really, I still love it. I think it's exceptional, but it has to be "Count Me Out" by Kendrick Lamar. I completely agree. how starts as a black and white therapy session with Helen Mirren of all people, and then when he starts telling the story, it cuts both of them to the side so you can still see the facial reactions of and seeing Kendrick rap the song. And then in the middle, having so many different distinct shots, it's just beautiful and outstanding. I've seen nothing like it before, and I think that's what should be rewarded. I'm going with Count Me Out. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Moving on. Best African Music Performance, which I honestly think is one of the strongest categories that we have at the Grammys this year.
Yeah, same. Everything goes so hard on here.
Yeah. So we got Emma Piano by Asake and Almadi, City Boys by Burna Boy, Unavailable by Devado featuring Music Keys, Rush by Ariane Star, and Water by Taya. Who you taking?
Okay, so this was a really tight category. Everything was fantastic, but I'm gonna have to give it to Burna Boy. I'm a big fan, and fun fact: he's going to be the first African performer on the Grammy stage this upcoming award show. So, I don't know if they're setting him up for something. Maybe he's performing, and they're gonna like give him the award around the
Honestly,
same time.
it'd kind of be fucked if hey, you're gonna perform, but we're not gonna give you this award. That'd be kind of fucked. But
They did that. Do you remember what was it? BTS performed from Korea, I'm pretty sure. Like a live performance like on top of a building, and it was phenomenal, and they did not win a Grammy. I
that's kind
remember
of messed up.
seeing the comments on the Grammys social pages just getting flooded of just being threatened by all the BTS fans. You're like, how dare you make them perform? Yeah. Yeah. Worldwide sensation. K-pop's literally at the top of the industry. From a global standpoint, at least. Yeah, City Boys by Burna Boy, hands down. Wiley, what about you?
Make me swim, make me water. Hell yeah, dude. The song is such a good vibe. And like I was saying before we even got into the categories, that like I feel like popular songs that you look back fondly and be like, okay, that's definitely of its time. I remember it going viral on TikTok or something like that. And it just makes you fun and have a good time. And honestly, none of these songs on like record of the year alone are not really upbeat fun songs, like the ones that stick out to me that are like fun songs. I guess you could do Not Strong Enough. It's fun for me, but not for probably for other people. But like Water and Rush are those songs to me, and I feel like we need more in celebrating good feeling music that's not like gear wrenching of like saying, oh, you should be happy, like come on, get happy. None of that shit. You need something that like just invokes that in you. And I feel like Water does that. And I want to reward that. I do think Burna Boy's going to take it overall. But man, would I be happy to see Water. Because, when they're walking on the stage, they'll play a little bit of song. Like getting up. Oh, and the winner is Water. Make me swim. Make me water. Hell, dude, I'm going to start dancing when that happens. But anyways, we can move on.
Oh, man. All right, so our next category is Best Country Album. And this isn't the CMAs, it's the Grammys, but here we are. So for Best Country Album,
this isn't the CMAs, Benny. I thought it was.
Well, no, it's not.
I'm saying here, we'll at least have to be in year 3 of doing this podcast before we cover the CMAs. So like,
never happening. I am not knowledgeable enough on country music to have an opinion on it.
Oh God.
Being very, very, very honest here. But anyways, Best Country Album, and the nominees are Rolling Up the Welcome Mat by Kelsey Ballerini, Brothers Osborne by Brothers Osborne, Zach Bryan by Zach Bryan, Rustin in the Rain by Tyler Childers or Childers, I'm not sure what the pronunciation is, and then Bell Bottom Country by Lainey Wilson. And for me, there is a clear winner here, and it's got to go to Zach Bryan personally. The man's voice is just dynamite. It's so strong, so powerful. I'm not much of a country fan, but Zach Bryan's definitely piqued my interest Not just for his vocals, but for his songs as well. Something in the Orange specifically is such an incredible song. It's done really well commercially. It's done really well on social media, and I believe it was like a TikTok sound that kind of went viral a bit. And you've seen like tons of people covering it too. Uh, Phenomenal. But yeah, giving it to my guy Zach Bryan.
I will +1 that
Yeah.
opinion. I think this album is really extraordinary. The features on it are unique. Your boys, the War and Treaty, are on there. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so that's exciting to see. But yeah, Zach Bryan's is the most unique album on here. But I do want to say before we move on, the Brothers Osborne album is so weird and unique that I kind of love it a little bit, and I kind of want to go back and listen to more of it because it's so weird and quirky. So I kind of love it a little bit. But yeah,
It's not
Zach
like the
Bryan's
other
it works.
girls, you know.
Exactly. Speaking of not like the other girls, a genre I don't like, so we're gonna just kind of move by past this because Benny agrees with me.
Yeah, let's graze through this. Blaze through it.
Yeah, so best dance/electronic music album. Playing Robots into Heaven, James Blake. For the Beautiful Feeling, The Chemical Brothers. Actual Life 3, January 1st and September 9th, 2022. Fred again. KX5 by KX5. And Quest for Fire, Skrillex. I think Fred again is the most interesting choice. It was also nominated for Best New Artist. So kind of goes hand in hand a little bit there. So I think it's going to Fred again. Plus, there's vocals in this that are unique. I think Fred again is kind of changing what electronic music stands for nowadays. So I like to see that rewarded. So I'm choosing Fred again.
Awesome. I also picked Fred again. However, I'd like to just make a note of James Blake. I really, really respect him both as a vocalist and an instrumentalist. The guy is phenomenal. His cover of Godspeed is incredible. But that's not this. And I was really surprised. When I went through the album, it was not what I expected it to be. Like, you think James Blake and it's not this. It's kind of eerie and definitely a very artistic approach, a very unorthodox approach to music. But I really respect him, and but this wasn't it for me. But moving on to the next, we got Best Rap Performance, and again, we're going based off performance, not the song, not the master recording or the production value. We're going based off the performance of the vocal on the track. So, with that being said, we got The Hillbillies by Baby Keem and featuring Kendrick Lamar, Love Letter by Black Thought, Rich Flex by Drake and 21 Savage, Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike featuring Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane. And then we got Players by Coi Leray. For me, this was a tight category. The only person that was on the bill here that I really didn't vibe with was Coi Leray. And Love Letter was a very interesting take. It's kind of just like spoken word. And to be honest, it didn't move me much as the others. Maybe I didn't give it enough time, but I'm gonna have to give this to Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike. The vocal performance on it is just incredible. Everybody that was featured did an incredible job from start to finish. I think it's the best vocal. The rap, the flow, the speed. It's just the diction. It's perfect. But a close second to me, for me, was Rich Flex. That was initially my first choice, but yeah. All right, Wiley, speak your mind.
I'm taking Rich Flex on this one because it's been the best project Drake has done in a very long time. A very long time. Since More Life for me. More Life was the last time I enjoyed Drake's music. So seeing him come out with an album that's really well done, honestly, with the best song on the album as well. Plus, if we're talking lyrically, which we kind of are here, well, yeah, vocally, I should say, sorry, vocally. Vocally, it's the most iconic of any of these in here. You saw "21, can you do something for me?" You saw that go viral for a long time and memed out the wazoo. That's what it is. And then like the ad libs that 21 Savage does with Drake works so well in this track, and it's just like every time when you heard this album brought up when it was like first released and it had that hype, they were talking about this song hands down. And it stood the test of time throughout the album, which not many people are talking about as much, besides like, oh, that was a good one. So I definitely think that is the one for me to choose. And I will say I'm not a big wordy rap fan. I never claimed to be a massive rap genius. I'm not. A lot of people are a lot more versatile than me in that. So just personally what I enjoy in rap music, Rich Flex hits that bubble. And everything else might be incredible, but to my ears and how I know about rap music and not the wordy stuff, I had to go with Rich Flex. So,
Okay.
moving on to Best Rap Album. Your nominees are Her Loss, Drake and 21 Savage, Michael by Killer Mike, Heroes and Villains, Metro Boomin, King's Disease 3, Nas, and Utopia by Travis Scott. Benny, who you got?
I'm gonna keep this short because we still got a lot to go through. But I really think Metro Boomin deserves this. I'd love to see all of the artists that were featured on the album get recognition. The production value of this album is incredible. In fact, Metro Boomin was also, spoiler alert, nominated for Producer of the Year. And I don't think he should win Producer of the Year, but this album specifically is just incredible, and I'd love to see him take it.
Yeah, I would have to go with King's Disease 3. I thought the energy that Nas brought to that album kind of did not get talked about in my circles enough, honestly. Michael was a pretty cool album, but not really for me. Utopia I thought was a hit and miss album. Her Loss had some good tracks on it, but not overall a great album. And Metro Boomin, I just didn't really care for it, honestly. I thought he did a better job for the soundtrack of Spider-Verse, in my opinion. So I have to go with King's Disease 3.
Awesome. Okay, moving on to the next. We got Best Pop Dance Recording. And the nominees are Baby Don't Hurt. Did you hear that?
If I gave you the chance, I would take
If
it.
you gave me a chance,
I would take it. That's like
Wait,
a
I
banger.
can play this on the piano. Wait, I'm pretty sure. Wait. Quick music break. Wait.
Hey!
Wait, whatever. Yeah, it's something like that. Hey Google, shut off the music.
That's amazing.
Best Pop Dance Recording. We have Baby Don't Hurt Me by David Guetta, Anne-Marie, and Coi Leray. Miracle by Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding. Padam Padam by Kylie Minogue. One in a Million by BB Rexa and David Guetta. And Rush by Troye Sivan.
I feel the rush. Addicted to your touch. Hell yeah. It should win. It should take it. We don't even need to spend time on it. We don't even need to spend time on it.
We don't
This
need to
is the
spend
winner.
time.
This is the fucking winner.
Okay, we can both agree that we both voted. We both know we voted for that. So yeah, Wiley and I both picked. This is also where we fucked up last video. We made it all the way here. This is where we fucked up.
Yeah.
And Wiley was never recording, by the way. It's like an hour in, we discover that we wasted all that time. But it's okay. Accidents happen.
What if I told you I wasn't recording now?
I would say let's do this tomorrow because I got homework to do and I have CrossFit in 2 hours.
It's recorded.
But but yeah, Rush by Troye Sivan wasn't my first pick. It goes hard. But I would say Padam Padam is also a contender here. Kylie Minogue did a fantastic job on the track. It's also been a hit worldwide. It's a club hit. Same thing for Rush. I think they're both like neck to neck here, but I do think the Rush is the better song. but he's still singing.
It's a
He's still
banger.
going
It's a
on.
banger. Oh, Benny, here's the category you've been waiting for. So you go ahead
Oh
and
my
say
God,
it.
it is.
You go ahead and say it, my friend.
Okay. Okay, here we go. So, if you know me, you know I love a specific person on this list here. So, the nominees for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album are To Steve with Love by Liz Calloway, celebrates Sondheim. Liz Calloway celebrates Sondheim by Liz Calloway. Pieces of Treasure by Ricky Lee Jones. Bewitched by Leve. Holidays Around the World by Pentatonics. Only the Strong Survive by Bruce Springsteen. And Sondheim Unplugged, the NYC Sessions, Volume 3. Various artists. I would like to speak first, if you don't mind, Wiley.
The mic is yours, my friend.
So, to me, there is a clear, distinct winner here, and I actually think she's going to win, and that is Leve, Bewitched. She is a Berkeley graduate. I've been following her career for years, long before she blew up or took off. Just playing her cello as an upright bass and singing jazz songs, and she is truly an incredible musician. All of her music is phenomenal. Please listen to Bewitched if you haven't. A few of my favorites are I'll just give two, From the Start and Misty. But everything she does turns to gold, and it would be a big win for the Berkeley community, as you know, me and Wiley are both Berkeley students.
Wow, I didn't know. I didn't know I go to Berkeley.
And also, and she's also from Iceland, so love to see some visibility here.
Iceland's awesome.
Yeah, I love Iceland. Insert another photo of me in Iceland. Yeah, Bewitched by Leve. I love you, Leve. I respect you so much as an artist, and I really, really hope you get this. And I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Okay, I definitely agree. It's the best album of all these, but I do want to mention some others.
Okay.
Basically, the Ricky Lee Jones album is very interesting, and I find it unique. It was probably my second choice.
Okay.
The Bruce Springsteen thing is so interesting. It's all covers. It's so interesting album, but it's easily Leve. It's 100%, 100%, sir. It's not even a question. If she doesn't win, I will be shocked.
Dude, if she wins, I will jump up and scream. Like
you'll get to do it.
I'm
on
getting
the podcast.
Emotional. Like it's just it's just so talented.
We need to move on, Benny.
Yeah, I'll stop confessing my love for Leve.
Okay, so we're getting to the big categories here now, everybody.
Yeah, we are.
So here we go.
Bored, you won't be bored anymore. Let's keep on going.
Best Pop Vocal Album, and your nominees are Chemistry by Kelly Clarkson, Endless Summer Vacation by Miley Cyrus, Guts by Olivia Rodrigo, Subtract by Ed Sheeran, and Midnights by Taylor Swift. I will start here. This is a very easy choice for me. Chemistry is by Kelly Clarkson. I don't care for. Miley Cyrus's vocals on Endless Summer Vacation are outstanding. Ed Sheeran has had better albums. I agree with Taylor Swift. So this is easily Olivia Rodrigo's album win for me. I think she killed it. Yeah, I think she destroyed this album. She had so many unique sounds to this album that was a lot of people would consider all over the place. I do not. I think it's very smart where you're getting the early 2000 pop punk fan community into your fan base. Genius. Do you know how loyal that fan base is? Massive. When We Were Young is a massive festival. And it blows up every year. Olivia Rodrigo is killing it in that game. Just everything she does with this album, I was shocked. I think it's better than her previous album, and her previous album was fantastic. So that's an incredible feat in itself. I'm giving it to Olivia. I think she's going to take it as well.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. However, I just want to make note that the best pop vocal album is based on albums that have 51% or more vocal performance in the album itself. So, considering runtime, at least 51% of the album consists of vocals. Just so you guys understand what this means. This is what it's based off of. Um, I'll have to say, if we're going based off vocals here, I cannot give it to Taylor. I cannot give it to Ed, and I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan. Um, well, Subtract wasn't one of my favorite albums of his, but yeah, Guts. I respect it. I respect it. I would say it's like top 3 for me. Um, but I was torn between Chemistry by Kelly Clarkson and Endless Summer Vacation by Miley Cyrus. And I would really love to see Miley Cyrus finally win a Grammy. She has not won a Grammy. Can you believe that? Miley Cyrus, of all people, has not won a Grammy. That's insane. And I think this is going to be her year to take at least one home. She's nominated for a few, and we'll get to that. But I got to give it to my girl, Kelly Clarkson. She's killing it. The vocals are incredible, dude. She can sing the phone book. But yeah, gotta say, Endless Summer Vacation was like neck to neck here. I kind of just had to pick one of the two, so I'm giving it to Kelly. I think she's a better, not a better vocalist, but maybe, I don't know. All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next category here.
Exciting one.
And this is Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. Again, we're basing this off the performance, so the vocals contained within the song. We got 1,000 Miles or 1,000 Miles by Miley Cyrus featuring Brandy Carlisle. Candy Necklace by Lana Del Rey featuring Jon Batiste. Never Felt So Alone, Labyrinth featuring Billie Eilish. Karma, Taylor Swift featuring Ice Spice. And Ghost in the Machine, SZA featuring Phoebe Bridgers.
My girl.
I know this is going to be a really tough category for Wiley because like everyone that he loves is on this or is in this.
There's a lot of people I love in
this
category.
He's got Billy, he's got Lana, he's got SZA and Phoebe. He's got his girl Taylor, even though he doesn't like Midnights. Not to put you on the spot. I don't like that album. Come and tear you apart by your limbs.
I don't like that album. I think it's bad. I think Midnights is bad. You don't even need to say that.
I'm not a fan.
She's had a ton better albums than Midnight.
Yeah. However, this was tough for me, I would say. I love Never Felt So Alone. I think Billy's vocals on it are amazing. Labyrinth's an incredible artist. SZA and Phoebe also deserving. But we're going based off the vocal performance here. And honestly, I think Miley and Brandy really served. They served. So I'm gonna give it to Miley and Brandy here. Who'd you put down?
Brandy did win a lot of awards last year, so that's something to keep in mind that she did win a ton. But yeah, this is a very difficult category. But with this, there's bound to happen where you have like your favorite artist. And to be fair, I took Phoebe in most every category she's got nominated. But I think Lana Del Rey's new album is perfect. I really do. I think it's a phenomenal album, one of the best of the year. I got the Target exclusive vinyl. It's beautiful. But Candy Necklaces, the vocals that Lana Del Rey is phenomenal. And then Jon Batiste bringing his voice in there, just phenomenal. Just like Candy Necklace. It's so good. It's so good. And that song does not work without those vocals and how she sings it. If you came in with a different style of this song, it would not work. And it's all relied on those vocals. And Lana Del Rey really does a phenomenal job of doing, she always does a phenomenal job, but like does an incredible job on this album. This song. And then Jon Batiste to have also a great album this year to come in and just really enhance what she was doing. And I think that's something to be a win for. So hopefully it's Candy Necklaces, because Lana Del Rey's in a very tough categories with everyone that she's been nominated with. So like, I hope she comes out with something, and I hope it's this. I really do. Okay. Another big category. Best Pop Solo Performance. Your nominees are Flowers by Miley Cyrus, Paint the Town Red by Doja Cat, What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish, Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, and Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift. Can I start, or do you care? Oh, you don't care.
That was for Anti-Hero.
Okay.
But you can start.
Okay. Billie fucking Eilish needs to take this. Should take it. It's just incredible what she does vocally in this song, in my opinion. I think she kills this category. Just like literally all this song is her performance. The production is interesting, but it's not carrying the song by any means. It's all her vocals, and the emotion she brings to the performance of that is phenomenal. Every time this song starts and it hits you with those lyrics, you get emotional because it is just, it's like she's constantly performing from the top of her vocals. Like she's starting at the top and staying there for the whole entire track. It's like impeccable in my opinion. And I definitely think that Billie Eilish should take this. I really want her to.
Respect. So I didn't choose what was I made for personally.
Because you hate Billie Eilish. We've already established this last episode.
No, I actually adore Billie Eilish, and I really respect Phineas too as a producer and a musician. However, in this case, we're basing it off performance, and I do agree that the vocal, like, really is special in the song. But I think the production is what really what makes it what it is. So if I'm going based off the performance, which is the vocal of the song, I really think "Flowers" by Miley Cyrus deserves this award.
I'm
And
shocked
I
you
would
picked
like
that one.
Yeah, I would like to see Miley take this. And I actually like I don't know why, but like my like third eye is opening and like I could just like I don't know why, I really think she's gonna win it. Like I have a gut feeling that she's actually gonna win this award. But I guess we can talk about this next week.
That's
so yeah,
ironic because
I mean,
Olivia's nominated in this.
Yeah, I love Vampire. I think Vampire is a banger. I have
And
no
I hate
shame
that
saying
track,
that.
so
Yeah, I love it. But again, we're going off vocal performance, so I'm giving it the Flowers. Paint the Town Red's also a banger too.
Ooh, she a devil.
Anti-Hero, not a fan.
No.
Sorry Swifties. Sorry Taylor. I love you still.
Wind beneath my wings.
You hear that?
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's move on to the next. We got Producer of the Year, and that's non-classical. So we have Jack Antonoff, Dirts, D Mile, Amelie II, Hit Boy, Metro Boomin, and Daniel Nigro. So personally, I think D Mile absolutely deserves this. There's no doubt about it. He's worked with such incredible artists over the last few years. This past year, even he worked on Silk Sonic's album, and if you know me, I fucking love them. So yeah, he's all over the place in terms of like the genres that he's able to produce. Very talented guy. Has a great sound, a great ear for music. A true artist. Yeah. So Wiley, who'd you pick?
Benny, so I've heard you have found somebody else, you know. I've heard that. And you know, all I do it's Jack Antonoff. I love the 1975 so much. I just love it. And big part of the 1975 is the production. The production on the 1975 is what makes those songs. I don't think Matty Healy's vocals are a massive part of those albums. But just the production and regardless of what I think about Midnights, Jack Antonoff produces the hell out of those tracks, and they're big for a reason. So like, yeah, I have to give it to Jack Antonoff. I really do.
Yeah, he wins big. He I think he honestly might take it.
Yeah,
I think I'm yeah.
So songwriter, of
Yeah.
the Year, non-classical. Your nominees are Edgar Barrera, Jesse Joe Dillon, Shane McAnally, Theron Thomas,
Mc-
and Justin Tranter.
So you're looking at me, so I'll talk. So I had to go through all these songwriters because obviously I did not know who they were.
You
It's not-
don't know
it's
who
not-
they are?
No, I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I don't know
You
either.
know, no. So naturally, songwriters really aren't the face of the
They're
music.
under
that
the
you're-
scene, 100%.
Yeah, they're behind the scenes. No disrespect to them. But I had to do some research and see what they've done. So Justin Tranter is a very talented person. But I have to give it to Shane McAnally. Shane
We can't laugh. We're 2
McAnally.
years old. 2 years old.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him. He actually wrote the Shucked musical soundtrack, and it's incredible. I'm not really into musical theater personally, but I gave it a listen, and it's incredibly well done. So, and considering how well it did, and like critically, it's I think he deserves it. Putting out a lot of work too. How about you?
I did Justin Trainer. Okay, we're in the last
Good choice.
final 3 categories, the big ones. So Benny,
No, we're not.
yes, we are.
4. Oh, it is 3 because we did best new
Yeah.
artist already.
3.
My apologies. So,
How rude! of you.
song of I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
This is an abusive relationship, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, he keeps on hurting me.
Oh, you're putting the blame on me.
So song. Okay. So song of the year, and the nominees are A&W by Lana Del Rey, Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift, Butterfly by John Batiste, Dance the Night by Dua Lipa,
Dance.
Flowers by Miley Cyrus,
I can buy
Kill
my-
Bill by SZA,
I just kill my.
Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, and What Was I
Blood.
Made For by Billie Eilish.
What was I made
So-
for?
Personally, there's a lot of great I think there's a lot of great songs on this list.
lot of good
and it was
choices.
really tough for me. So we're going based off the song, so the composition. And I'd like to reiterate this from before. A lot of people get confused between record of the year and song of the year, right? So the difference between record and song of the year is that record of the year pays tribute to the engineers, the producers, and the production value of the song itself. Whereas song of the year reflects the underlying composition, the written musical part of the song. So it's 2 different awards. A production can really change a song all around and make it or break it. So in this case, we need to base these votes based on the song itself, not the production. So I have to say, "Dance the Night" by Dua Lipa is such a banger. I absolutely love the song, but it's the production value of the song that makes me love it, not the song, not the written composition. And with that being said, I think Butterfly by John Batiste absolutely takes
Come,
the
my
cake
lady,
here.
come, my lady,
Yeah.
you're a butterfly.
No,
Come on.
no, stop. That's not it. Don't do that. He's singing a different song. This kid. Like people watching this I have no idea what's going on. So Butterfly by John Batiste, it's an absolutely beautiful piano ballad. And a friend of mine actually showed me this song 2 months ago. I was up in Boston visiting Berkeley, and he showed me Butterfly, and I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. But yeah, he's an incredible pianist and a vocalist and a songwriter. And I don't think he's gonna win it. I don't think he's actually gonna win this, but I do think Butterfly deserves Song of the Year. Yeah.
Okay.
Wiley.
Okay. This is an easy answer. Okay. So it's song of the year. Okay.
Yeah.
What was this year, Benny? Call to me. What was this year? This year was a year where women thrived in the industry. Greta Gerwig for Barbie. Okay. Past Lives with Celine Song. Big things for women. Big things for women growing confidence in themselves and finally having things for them to represent themselves. That was 2023 as a whole. One of the biggest messages we had that year. And do you know what song does that? That is What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish, which should be the winner. Because, like you said, it is the lyrics of what this song is. That is a big part of this thing. And guess what? This is an incredible song that represents so many people's feelings and how they feel seen. And this song makes people feel special and understood. And do you know how incredibly special that is for a song to do that? It's very rare to do that and very difficult to replicate that. And the fact that this was attached to Barbie makes it a 10,000 times better. And you can't say that doesn't matter because that does play an aspect in this. I think this by far deserves what the title is. Song of the Year. The year was women finally getting a voice. And that's what this song does. And I feel like this should go to Billie Eilish for What Was I Made For. I preached.
That was so powerful.
It was. Thank you.
I'm on it. I'm so like I teared up a little bit.
Good.
My
Thank
right
you.
eye's a little-
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go into the next category, there's a couple I do want to mention before we do the last two. Okay, rock album. The one I want to win that is This Is Why by Paramore. That deserves the win. Paramore has killed it with that album. A lot of people say it's their best album to date, and they've been around for a fucking long time. It should go that. I would love to see Hayley Williams up there. Best alternative music performance. Always, I'd love to see them there, but Boy Genius and Lana Del Rey and Paramore on there. I think this should also go to Paramore. This Is Why is such a good track. It's banging. It's a great alternative track. I love it so much. Best alternative music album. I definitely do think this should go to Boy Genius, the record. If not, a Lana Del Rey win will be a fantastic as well. Then some categories I really care about also are best progressive R&B album. Two albums I really did enjoy the most this year were Black's Since I Have a Lover, fantastic, beautiful album. And then Diddy's The Love album, which I really did enjoy and kind of became obsessed with for a little bit. SZA's also nominated there. She'll probably take that. And then finally, a big category for me, the best soundtracks for visual media. Is it even up for discussion? It's Barbie, and Barbie should win. Like it should be.
Yeah, agreed.
Guardians should not. That's the worst of the Guardians soundtracks there have been. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is really good, but the first album I thought was a little bit better. And then Daisy Jones and the Six soundtrack is also phenomenal, but this is Barbie's year. Okay. With that being said, the second to last category, Album of the Year. We have World Music Radio by Job Baptiste, The Record, Boy Genius, Endless Summer Vacation by Miley Cyrus, Did You Know There Was a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard by Lana Del Rey, The Age of Pleasure, Janelle Monáe, Guts by Olivia Rodrigo, Midnights by Taylor Swift, and SOS by SZA. Benny, I'll let you take this.
Okay, so this is really tough. There's a lot of great albums and great artists on this ballot.
I think we had a discussion. There was only like two that we really did not think we should win, but all the other ones are well deserving.
Yeah, should we say or should we be respectful here?
We can just to kind of make it go a little bit faster.
Yeah, it's like so personally,
Midnights.
this was really tough for me. Yeah, Midnights is not Taylor Swift's best work, and I think the Swifties can agree here, or maybe they won't. But I don't think she deserves it, and if she wins, it would be a popularity contest, really. Definitely not Taylor.
Not Janelle Monáe for me.
Not Janelle Monáe. Very incredible, very talented vocalist and musician though.
But everyone else I think is well deserving. They're all really incredible albums.
It's really tight. But for me, I have to give it to John Batiste. World Music Radio is such an amazing take on an album, and
It's a
the
concept
intricacy
album
and
too, when you really look at it.
yeah, like yeah, the musicality and just how he's able to just put all of these genres and styles of music together is incredible. There's something to be said about it. I don't think anything like it has been done before. Um, although I don't think he's gonna win. I really don't think he's gonna win,
It's hard to tell who's
unfortunately.
going to win this,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, I don't think he's going to though, but I think he deserves it, and I gotta give it to John.
Okay. Two of my favorite albums this year, well, three, I should say, are on this. So it's very difficult for me.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, are you kidding me? Is it really up for debate? It's Boy Genius, baby. The record's going to take it. Boy Genius sweep. Okay. It's going to sweep. It's going to sweep. Boy Genius is fantastic. Every single track on that album is fantastic. It's just so good. Everyone in Boy Genius gets their moment to shine. That's impeccable. But Lana Del Rey's album is really incredible. Like, if you haven't listened to it, please listen to it. I love it. But yeah, it's the record hands down for me. But there is like, I really, really, really did enjoy Bob Baptiste's album. I think it's incredible. I love how it's like a radio station and switching to different songs. It's really well done. But Boy Genius takes it for me. It just does. And again, we are choosing what we like and what like what we would like to see win, not who we think will win. I would love Boy Genius to win. But yeah, that's definitely 100% album of the year for me. So Benny, you had the pleasure to do our last category.
I'm honored to be putting an end to this podcast today. Gosh. So, the last and final category of the 2024 Grammys is Record of the Year. And the nominees are Worship by John Batiste, Not Strong Enough by Boy Genius, Flowers by Miley Cyrus, What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish, On My Mama by Victoria Monet, Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift, and Kill Bill by SZA. Now, just got to reiterate, Record of the Year honors the engineers and the producers of the song. So we're basing this off the production value, okay? Not the written composition, it's the production. And this is also a very hard category to choose between. There's so many great songs, so many great takes on the songs themselves with the production. But for me, there is a clear winner here, and I'm not going to go off on a tangent like Wiley did about the Song of the Year category, but I think What Was I Made For really deserves this award. The production on the song is, for me, what makes a song what it is, and Billie Eilish's success and just the overall, the overarching motif and the themes within the song that like really have resonated with so many people worldwide. Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer here. But Wiley, who'd you pick?
It's gonna sound insane. It really is. After that big long speech, and I did not pick that. I love that song. Like I've had many debates about Benny about this song behind the scenes. I honestly love it. I think it's a great thing for soundtracks in my career. It's a massive achievement. So I would not be upset if it won. But like, I'm giving it to Song of the Year. So let's show a little bit of the love. Show me the love. To Record of the Year, to do something a little bit different, a little bit quirky. And that is Strong Enough. Not Strong Enough by Boy Genius. You kidding me? This song, it's a banger. I love Boy Genius. Fantastic. The production is so like unique and stylized to this. It's insane. There's so many instruments happening down to the verse change to the chorus. It's just phenomenal. Especially with all three artists playing like a guitar acoustically is just phenomenal. I just think this song is soaring. It has that soaring feeling. Like it's something phenomenal. But again, I wish I could put two because I would put Billie Eilish as What Was I Made For. But like I said, if Phoebe's nominated, I gotta put Phoebe on there. Like that's just my opinion. But like I love What Was I Made For. I just feel like I guess they kind of go hand in hand. Song of the Year and Record of the Year. Are they? We don't know the statistics, but do those usually go hand in hand? Like if this song gets it, then this song will also get the same thing.
I don't think I don't think so. I don't. I really.
That would be
don't know,
interesting to
but
find out. I don't know, but
Yeah.
but anyways, guys, that has been our recap of the Oscar nominations. So we have a little bit of an announcement before we get out of here. So the night of the Grammys,
Oscar nominations.
Sorry, yeah. Wait,
His mind, he's just always thinking about the Oscars.
sorry, yeah.
This concludes the 2024
Oscars are more important.
Grammy Award nominations.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Oscars are more important, anyways. You're literally coming to Oklahoma to watch the Oscars. So let's say what's more important.
No,
yeah?
I'm coming to Oklahoma to celebrate our birthdays and to do this
And the
podcast in
Oscars.
person.
And the Oscars. And the Oscars.
I'm coming to get some
And the
quality
Oscars.
one-on-one
And-
Wiley time. The only reason why I'm watching the Oscars is because of you. And
So,
to
yeah.
be fair, the only reason why you're watching the Grammys is because of me. So
Yeah, this was your idea. I'll give you full credit. If this blows up, it's all because of you. It's all because of you.
honestly, the first half of this podcast was like kind of hard for me to go through. The second half, though, I vibe with it. I vibe with it hard.
But with that being said, so after we did
Yeah.
this whole episode, you guys see where we stand. But the night of the Grammys, Benny and I are going to watch. And right after the show ends, Benny and I are going to hop on a call and record another podcast. So you'll get it that Monday. That Monday will be the episode of our reactions to the Grammys and what we thought and who we thought would win, surprises, performances, all things like that. So look out for that. Yeah, so very busy here. Thank you guys. If you have subscribed to this new channel, thank you so much. A lot has changed and a lot of new things are happening. If you guys want to follow me and everything, follow at Wiley K. Todd on all social medias all across to find comments, clips of this show, things like that. Benny, where can the fans find you?
You can find me at Benny Cumella. That's BennyCumella. There's only one of me in existence, so I'm really easily found. You can look me up on Google and everything should come up. And I think our names are showcased as well underneath us, or is that not in the new
Not in the new
layout?
layout,
No, that's better off that way, anyways. But yeah, you can find me on just about everything. I post mostly on my Instagram stories, but now that there's a lot of exciting things happening with this podcast, I think you might see me posting a lot more now, both on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, get ready for a wave of Benny. I'm coming back full force, baby. Yeah, you're gonna get to see this hideous face on your feeds now and again. But this was good. Thank you, Wiley. Next week is gonna be fucking awesome. We're gonna recap the Grammys directly after. It won't be nearly as long as this. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. But we're gonna hit the key points. We're gonna go over our predictions, not as long as we did today, but we're gonna go through the key points, what stood out to us, any like controversial moments, maybe.
And we
Kanye
don't
will,
have to do
like,
it
throw a
twice.
fit. No. Yeah, we won't have to do this podcast 2 times. Maybe we should do a live stream, but we can talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk. Well, that's brainstorming. So
That's brainstorming.
okay, we'll see you
But yeah.
guys in the next episode
Yep.
of the Fresh
Yep.
Record.
Of the Fresh Record. See you later, freshies.